So this is the making of Hotline Miami animation, and first of all, I wanted to make something different from Berserk. I love Berserk, and I wanted to make the animation, but I already made three animation, including the extended one. So I wanted to make something else, an animation on something that uh, never got animated, or at least on the serious level. Uh, I mean, I've seen Hotline Miami animations and all fans animation, which was kind of like uh, comedic animations and all. So I wanted to make something serious one, and I've seen a lot of uh, live action one, but or the 3D animations and all, but not nothing like 2D animation on a serious level. So that's why I chose this one and chose this story. Not just that, because I love the story of Hotline Miami. I think I personally love the second game. I mean, not because of. I mean, there is a reason why I love the second game, because the first game was as good as the second one. I think it's a personal choice. Uh, People might have different opinion. As people, I think people like the first one much more than the second one, because the first one has, you have to interpret it, the story and all. You have to. It's a suspense kind of story. You have to figure out the story on your own, and yeah, it's good that you have to figure it out on your own. But I think the second story gave more insight about the whole franchise of Hotline Miami, and that's what I like about it. Not just that, but every characters in the Hotline Miami 2 is very different from each one another. Kind of like they all are similar to bound to the this uh, phone company, or yeah, yeah, you can say that. Okay, spoiler alert. It's 50 blessings, and they all somehow related to it. But I think Sun, the Sun is one of the few characters. The Sun and the Henchman, I think, is one of the few characters who has nothing to do with the the 50 blessings and all. And that's why I like the Sun. And he's a mafia, Russian mafia boss, and he's the son of the first game uh, last boss. So yeah, it's kind of like the story of how he became so. I mean, he was already evil. There is no backstory of him, but as he's already a mafia leader, so he would be a bad person. But he has some good things towards his. He at least respect his people. As you can see, the if you have played the game, you can see the relation between uh, the son and the henchman, and that's why I wanted to make the fight of the son. And as you can see, the as if you have played, you know that the most uh, the biggest fight, or the yeah you can say the biggest fight of that game was when the son fought the fans. The fans are the people who try to mimic the actions of the Jacket, who was the protagonist of the first game, and try to make or do the things that Jacket was trying to do, like cleaning up the Russian mafia and all. So that was one of the biggest part of the game. So that's why I wanted to make that fight scene. And as you can see, I didn't talk about the first few scenes because, as you know, it didn't took much time. I mean, it took time, but it wasn't too hard, and there's nothing much to talk about it. I just tweaked some things and all. It wasn't much, but after that scene, th- this scene, the where I have to make the scene of sun zooming out, this part was kind of very tough for me because I have to make everything detailed as possible. As when the camera was zooming out, you have to show the face of the sun, and everything shouldn't look perfect, but at least it should be detailed enough to let the people uh, get that it's his face, and it looks real enough. So I had to draw all the frames and all. It took me a lot of time. I think this was one of the hardest gamble that I've done. I don't really plans on how the fight scene's gonna go, or any of my animations gonna go. I just think of what I wanted to do. I don't choreograph or anything. I discovered things when I do the work, when I start the work. I'm not like people who planned everything and all. I think that's one of my weakest point, and yeah, as I've said before, I think I should plan on before. But erase is good things. Like I made this scene. I thought that this would after I made some of the frames, which took me a lot of time. I thought that this gonna be a disaster because I didn't thought how it would go. But I think I done. I think you can say that I'm satisfied with my work with this scene, and uh, I really like this scene because I think it's one of my best work and all. Because as you can see, the guts animations and all, it was good, but I think I have to leave out many details on the characters and all as possible because I had to work on a lot just on the details and all. And uh, I mean, it's not. Uh, I mean, it's kind of guts have a lot of detail in his body. He has a lot of armor, a lot of weapons. Even he has a cape and all. So even the arms is metallic arm. Uh, you have to make many things, but on the sun there is nothing much except for his face. His face kind of have a lot of details because he kind of looks rough, and he has a big scar on his left side of the face. And yeah, after the I made the gun, it started to get, or not the gun, after I made the gun started shooting on this scene, things went kind of easy because as the camera was zooming out, everything's become small, and you have to draw less detail and all. So after this scene, I mean after this drawing and all, animation and all, I had to do the background. And I thought I messed up with the background because I thought that I should have done the background first, and then the body animation later. But thank thankfully, I think everything went well, and I think and I've learned that I think you should do the background later and characters first. And yeah, so that's what I did. And Hotline Miami is kind of a very unique game. I don't think many people's gonna love the game because it's kind of like a speedrun kind of game. But if you go for the story, it's very deep, and people not might think it's a deep story because it looks pixelated and kind of like kind of you can understand how people feel when they see indie games or or even the uh, or even movies like Be Great Movie and all. They don't think they because just because of the uh, financial they don't have the financial like the AAA games and all. It won't have that kind of depth and all. I mean, people, many people will be disagree with me on this point, but that's why indie games sales lesser than the AAA games, just because of how the input they put on the games and all. So yeah, I think everyone should try this game, Hotline Miami, for not just for the gameplay. I think many people won't like the gameplay, but for the plot. And I think plot of this game is much deeper and much philosophical than most of the game that try this kind of story. And the first game was made by two people, was produced by Devolver, I think. So that's a very big deal, and it came to the uh, nomination on Game of the Years of that year, I think. So then again, I chose to color the bullets and all. So that was kind of mistake, but it has its good good points that it made it looks different from the whole background and all. As the background is also moving fast, I didn't know how to make the bullets. It would looks like uh, the bullets would look similar to the background, and it won't catch up with the viewers and all. So there was a mistake on drawing the puck on my second berserk animation, and that's what I thought that would have make the scene from the dragon slayer sword on the ground and the grass moving. That scene. There is a puck going from right to left uh, on the middle of the scene. So I thought people wouldn't see the puck like that. So that's why I made it on the color of the bullets. And also for the this scene that uh, in this scene everything is moving fast. Corey is moving fast. The background is moving fast. So in black and white drawing, I have to make I have to highlight the bullets and all, so the viewers can notify it much easily. So I didn't know how to make it more or highlight it more than the characters. So I just used the colored one, and yeah, that's how that's how made the bullet visible for the viewers. I think after this part, I thought that nah, I can't use the colors anymore. Not because of the colors are bad and all, but I'm bad with the colors. Uh, I can draw. I can't draw or I can't use the color in appropriate ways and all. Like if you if you see my videos or my drawings and all, everything is on black and white because I everything is black and white because it's easy to draw on monochrome, not as on color. You have to make you have to choose every color on especially on drawings and all, illustration and all. So if you don't use the proper colors for the proper illustration, it would looks like shit. I mean, the illustration of black and white can be as good as possible, but as soon as you choose the wrong colors for your illustration and all, it could make your beautiful drawings and all kind of looks like shit. So that's why I don't use the color. I need to learn how to use the colors and all, but yeah, I think I have to do it separately, not on the animations and all. So here I try to make the gun looks like it is out of bullets. So I think I should have made the whole barrel on the on the frame, but then I thought that I I can make the expression of the son as uh, he's shocked by his gun is empty. So that would make the viewers uh, that would give the sign to the viewers that he's out of bullets and all. And on the fight scenes, I was counting the bullets he used, and that's why I made the bullet goes away. I mean, the bullets get finished on this scene, uh, and then for the I tried to make the this scene as with the Corey's back as he was running towards the sun, but then I thought, nah, I have to do something else. It doesn't look good. Then I thought that I have to make the anime shit like we, the camera goes with the uh, sword and all. But then I thought it also doesn't look good. I mean, it looks good, but I wasn't able to catch or uh, make the feel out of, from that scene. So I have made the Corey running towards sun from the front view. This one, I think, it's not much detail, but I'm really pleased with my animation because this was very smooth, and I think even the I have looped it 2 times, and on the third time I had made it. I've changed it as Corey was swinging his sword, so I'm pretty happy with my work on this part. Yeah, and I didn't know at first that Corey was a woman. I found it much later years after I played the game, and I've chose this fight scene between Corey and uh, the sun because this is where the scene which was most challenging for me because I can't draw girls or woman body. I had to make or try to make a woman's body at least. It's not much, but at least I have tried to make a little bit of figure and all of the it, as it looks like it's a woman, and uh, and the fight of this scene could be make much more better because the sun fights with all of the fans, and I think Corey is the most agile one, and I think if on the game it shows from the perspective of the sun as he was hallucinating. So I think if you can see the best fight from all the fans and the sun, I think it would be Corey and the sun, because the Corey is an agile uh, character who has a sword and all, and he could dodge his bullets for a while and all. I don't think Tony is tough and kind of like uh, accurate on his blows, on his punches and all, but I don't think he's fast or agile. Mark is big, and that's just his uh, point. He's big and all. I don't think he's much stronger. I mean, he's strong, but I don't think he's strong as uh, Tony. So that's why mm I think their fight would be less interesting. And Ash and I forgot the name. The both of the Swan brother sister. They both died on a surprise attack. So yeah. So that's why I chose Corey and the Sun fight. The fight could be made much more interesting than any of the fans character. And this scene, I had to continue the as Corey sliced up on the last scene. I have to make continue from the spark as Corey hits the sun gun, and he took his right hand off as his gun thrown away, and as his gun got taken off, the son took out the second gun from his back and tried to shoot on Corey. I think uh, this is kind of like my hit and miss animation, where uh, it is good. It is a very good animation for me, but I think I could have made or changed something more. I don't think I could made it much more better as to make two shots, because in this scene he only shot uh, he only shoot one shot, and I don't think I could have made it better with two shots on this scene. But I don't know. I think I missed something. I could have made it much more better. I mean, I don't complain. I don't have any problem with my animation on this scene, but I think there was still something missing that I could have done much more better to make it more effective. But yeah, it was good. And I think from the last scene as Corey was running, and from to to the uh, end of the animation, I think I did all that part in one night, like 6 7 hours, or more more than maybe 7 to 9 hours, I think. And so yeah, I think on the spot. I was kind of I was kind of fire on that day. That's why I did the whole thing on one night, or at least I tried to do it on one night. And yeah, this scene was the blast of the gun was not that kind of hard, and I think I could have made much more better choreographed, because the Corey should be much more closer to the sun after he threw away his uh, pistol from his right hand. But then I thought that if he was so much close, I mean, Cory, if she was so much closer, she could kill the sun so easily. So that's why I made it a little bit distance between them on this scene. And I think this is one of my mistakes, big mistakes, but I had to do it, so it would be I could extend the fight scenes a little bit more and to test up my animation and all. So in here I have to make the barrel first, as the barrel shot fires that animation, and then I have to make the Cory jumping around animation, and then I have to make the barrel moving left to right kind of animation, that the speed lines and all. And oh, and then I have to make the background, and the background part was the hardest part, hardest thing that I've done on this scene, not the whole animation, because this was something new. I had to make it looks like from the perspective of the gun barrel, and I have to make the whole background move as the gun was moving left to right, uh, as the sun tried to shoot Cory. It was kind of hard because I have to make the speed lines and all on the correct position, or it could mess up the whole thing. And it's not perfect, but it's it was good that uh, at least it was convincing. And after that, I was like very tired, but I wanted to finish the animation, so I think I should have used one more day to make this scene, but I wanted to finish up so I could sleep up without having any, uh, without thinking that I have to work tomorrow again. So I made it on black and white, as uh, it seems like Cory sliced up the sun, but if you see it clear, if you see the frames clearly, the sun shot Cory on the gut. And then I have to make the uh, aftermath part where the fight is over, and I have to make the bullet as the sign of the sun's bullet, and uh, the katana as sign for the Cory, as they both have stopped the fight. And then the Cory's belly, or the gut shot, I have to show as the blood is dripping out and all. And uh, yeah, that's the blood coming out, and this was kind of, it was easy, but I think I should have made the blood more looks more natural, because it doesn't look good. And as these are almost uh, still frames, not animation, I have to try to make as detailed as possible. But also I was very tired, and I wanted to, over this project here, I I could have gone for more detail, but I I didn't went all all of the all over. But yeah, it was fine. And then I made the face. I think I don't know if you guys like it, but I didn't found the first face good, so I I erased it and made a second face, as Cory fight before he fought the sun. He fought many of the people of the sun on the building, and so she was already kind of tired, kind of injured. So she had the nose bleeding, and because of the shot in the gut, she was having blood. She was coughing blood as she died. And I made a tears and all just for the emotional effect. And if you see carefully, there's shadow going, um, shadow coming to or passing through her body, which is the representation of the son is alive on this fight. He yeah, he was alive and not Corey. So yeah, that was all. I'm kind of satisfied with what I've done, and I think I could have done much more, but I don't mind because I'm satisfied. I think I'm gonna do. I don't know what kind of animation I'm gonna do next, but I might do another Hotline Miami animation, but I don't know. I don't wanna do it for the views. I mean, I want to show my stuff, but I want to pick up some project that I'm not trying to get more views than what I want to make. Like I really like Berserk and I really like Hotline Miami, so I hope my next project will be something that I love, not something that I can get more views of. So yeah, that's it. Thanks for watching.